read to you real fast what inspired me to try and make change. America to begin with. It's a letter I wrote to the courthouse, and then I waited two weeks or so, and then I wrote another part about God. I don't have that part with me, just the story part I found from a friend. Looking back over my life, I can see where my mistakes were and have changed them all my life. I still don't understand why me and my youngest child have to pay for the mistakes in the world. I changed me over the course of 6 years, and I was my daughter's only voice. The day the courthouse took her from me and was different after Joy Reid, I knew we did not have any value. I just felt it in my body. And all we had was each other. When that family stole my car, she did not get into trouble because someone else said I was crazy. Ever since then, the police in New Philly and Dover did not help me and my child when there was violence in a car accident my daughter was in. When what's his name broke my face, I was arrested, so I went back and did it then and was arrested again. I was the only one to change and build myself back up by myself to be torn down recently by what someone else said. I could not use a phone for the past year, and the money I had earned was stolen from me and all of my belongings, left and right because of what someone else said. I am still my child's voice. If America doesn't change with the police department, these children will have my life. I asked the hospital the day I had to find a ride to take my daughter there after her car accident, how do you tell a child the police will not help her if she needs it? The lady said the police probably figured I would take her to the hospital. I thought to myself, in the car they impounded, after they said they were not going to impound it? Ask her. She knows how it was. Just like me, it seems no one knows how to look at themselves but pass the buck has always been put on me. I am not the problem. I am made by God just the way I'm supposed to be. There was no warning in rehab about narcissists, no warning that the police will not help you, and there was no warning to an introvert that the police will plan your destruction or outcome of their life. I do not have power. I am just one voice of all my peoples. I have always voted. I have always worked and paid my way. The month before my daughter's car accident in New Philly, Ohio, at my house, when I called the Dover Police Department about somebody being violent and stealing my car, they would not come or help. Instead, a month after her accident, the police took my daughter out of my house, pre-planned. I was to go to the station and bring my custody papers and pick my daughter up. Instead, the chief of police came to my house, and I had a witness there to this, and I have not seen or heard anything from my child since. I was going to come in and file paperwork because my 4th and 14th Amendment rights were violated, and Children's Services did not follow their own procedure and laws. I missed a court date from a business card from them on my door, made for that day even. There was a certain attorney, child guardian at Latham, had turned on me, and I was the only one to ever pay her or the courthouse in my hometown. When my daughter lived with her grandparents, I paid that guardian at Latham, so I was not selfish and that my daughter's best interest was found. Until the emotional abuse happened with her grandparents, the courthouse was fine until the Dover police lied and did not follow the law. I never met the family friend where my daughter is foster care. Because I raised my daughter myself with no child support the first 10 years of her life, I raised her and kept her safe as long as I could. That day, Children's Services put her and me right back in emotional abuse. My daughter did not exist in Coshocton County, and the emotional abusive grandmother is good friends with the family friend. Instead of looking into the facts, I have a broken relationship and life with my daughter altogether. In juvenile court, I've always used facts. There's records of my daughter's 15, 10 years of it at least. I was going to fight for my rights and my daughter, but I got attacked, followed, and set up instead. Instead of one person in that courtroom or Children's Services or the police looking at themselves, they put it all on me. So even at the end of being attacked for a year and my drug test comes back dirty, the procedure is way late. So whoever can sleep at nighttime. Instead of having a reason to live, I found a reason to die for. I have been to rehabilitation 3 times. By the time I would be done, my daughter would be almost 18 anyways. So I quit and tried to move on and was attacked by 4 huge families and the police still. That is not what bothers me. Everything I had worked for is all gone. My child still has no voice. We still do not matter, and all of those people get away with murder, basically. And I'm alone for a reason. I survived by God's grace and instinct only. I long for death every day, all of my life, and it is not due to depression. That is all I have ever seen. Was bad men and bad police that were hurtful. Not discriminatory. That's just all I've seen. No. I cannot stop them, all because someone believed someone else instead of looking into the facts. I almost died 3 times. I'm still waiting to see if there's fentanyl in my urine in Harrison County, Ohio. I will probably lose my license for 10 years as the officer laughed at me in his car. Why is it okay for the police to lie? The officer said they would not impound my car and then said, oops, I did not know your record. I had to improvise, impound your car. As government officials are still labeling drug addicts, I was trying to save them because of fentanyl, and I'm brainwashed that Tylenol and Mountain Dew are drugs. Those are my drugs of choice even. What does it matter? Even high officials are on them. The worst drug ever is Vicodin. Doctors are still allowed to murder people with them, too. I got almost murdered by those and street drugs. All my life and truth and facts is all I can give. Not one person or psycho around me would give me answers, so I found them myself. In the end, the facts still remain. The courthouse of juveniles did not follow their own rules. At my child and my cost, I'm having a hard time picking myself up piece by piece for it all to be taken away from me again because someone else said. I've been treated less than human, and I had no freedom of speech either, so we need a little help out here for the children. I do not want their lives to be like mine. We need change in the police departments. My opinion is we need God first and then America, not which box we put a citizen in. I need them to look inside and change from inside so maybe good can get here to me and children instead of whose fault, why did this happen, why was she raped, how about why are these boys out here raping women and children to begin with? Teach boys to respect women. Respect grows into the world. Why cannot I find a good woman? Then turn on a television with strippers on the first thing that I see. I have no freedom of words or my opinion or because of what someone else says. I'm still controlled by someone else all my life. I still cannot make it to school. $60,000 in debt. I don't even want to go now. But the police have enough money to attack one alone woman and one alone child, and I'm God's child. And that is why I'm still alive for some reason. The police department in Philly and Dover, Ohio, think they are smarter than God and can get away with murder. They have destroyed me so they can sleep at night, and I still do not sleep at night. I am homeless because of this. Also, please help before another innocent woman and child gets hurt. I was set up 5 times. I'm not a prostitute or drug dealer. I was helping the homeless at my apartment in Dover, Ohio, before they took it. There was one person I saw at that time that did any kind of change, and he's not changed. That's all I'm going to say about that. And it says, thank you for your time, and this was written July 24th, 2021. Mind you, my problems began in October 2020 until February.